If there's one thing Ms. Miller has taught us this year, it's how grammar is relevant to our everyday lives. There are few things more relevant in our everyday lives than subject-verb agreement. Incorrect usage of subject-verb agreement can make you look like a socially incapable, uneducated inbred, like these two young ladies right here. Inbred. Now let's look at an example of how subject-verb agreement is used in everyday life.
America was fighting Japan and Germany, but on the other side of the world, the Germans, who were the bad guys, were fighting the Russians. The Germans and the Russians were really going at it. They had a much greater heavy-duty battle going on for the first part of the war than we did. Okay? The Russians and Germans was in a stalemate, and Hitler did begin to plan a counterattack.
Uneducated.
Now you can see that Mr. Clemens' sentence was incorrect, and I quote, "Now, the Russians and Germans was in a stalemate, and Hitler did begin to plan a counterattack." You can see that it's incorrect because if you look up at Russians and Germans, was is the singular form, not the plural form, and you're dealing with two parties here, duh. And if you look down at did began, well, began is not even a form of begin, so you just can't do that.
As I said, the Russians and Germans were in a stalemate, and Hitler began to plan a counterattack.
This time Mr. Clemens' sentence is correct, because he used were, the plural past indicative form of to be. And he used began, the past simple form of begin.
So as you can see, subject-verb agreement isn't something we mess around with. It's something that is in our everyday lives, and we have to use it perfectly. Grammar.
Like a what?
No, what about an inbred? An inbred. It just makes you look like an inbred.
Shut the front door!
Subject-verb agreement. Incorrect usage of subject-verb agreement can make you look like a socially incorrect inbred. Wait, no, absolutely.